and welcome to a brand new episode of More Than Just Task Management, your favorite weekly productivity podcast of not just productivity, goal setting, all these kind of things, living life to the fullest. I'm Anna Angelova, a co-host of this podcast, and with me is my co-host, of course, Jores Minasvand. Hey, Jores.
Hey Anna, how is it? How is it going?
It's a very beautiful day. It's summer. July is here already, which is like, can you believe it? Half of the year is gone. Anyway, don't want to depress anyone. Uh, and today we have one of my favorite topics, and soon you'll find out why. So, what we'll be talking about in a way is mindset. And one of the things that, like Joris, you always keep on saying, you can have a million excuses to not do something, and you need just one reason to do it. So we'll be talking about excuses. We'll be talking about mindset and all these things that ultimately impact everything from the goals you set, whether you set any goals, to how you show up and how you make sure that you achieve your goals. And as I said, one of my favorite topics, and I'm really, really looking forward to dive into this with excuses and how you see the world, like the mindset that will actually help you move forward and achieve your goals.
Absolutely. I think one of the things that mindset does is gives you energy, and your mindset can make you depressed. So depending on where your mind is headed, everything else will head that way. It's very important to have the right mindset to do the right thing, and you do this with something you believe in. You believe in something, you have the right mindset, you set yourself for success. Wrong mindset, regardless of the opportunity, regardless of the surroundings, will send you the wrong down a wrong path.
And like, we're experiencing some of these things as well. Like when you think about the how important mindset is. Like the other day, I was personally like, I'm like, okay, this day is complete write-off. Like it was just after we returned from a trip, and then it was like the morning we didn't do anything, like, just sitting on the couch and then not doing anything. And I was kind of thinking that this is it. Like I'm not doing anything the whole day. But then like these are these small changes in how we think, in how we feel. And I'm like, you know what? I don't want to do this. I don't want to be on the couch. Like you don't build a life sitting on the couch. And what I was looking for is, in a way, something to motivate me, something to push me. I couldn't find what I was looking for. And then I'm like, you know what? I remembered that there was a very short, not even a documentary, something about Tony Robbins. So I watched it, and then I remembered that there was a movie related to the Miracle Morning book, and I started watching this one, and then from there, like while I was doing this, while I was watching these things. I cleaned in the things in the kitchen, did some laundry from the trip, and ultimately went and did my workout. Although I was thinking that it's a write-off, I'm like, oh, well, I'll just put a no for today, no check mark for today, which kind of also felt off. But anyway, like it's really, really important, as I said, in any step, in any way that, like in any part of the process, like from setting the goal to actually doing the work to achieve the goal, to seeing the opportunities, adapting, all these kind of things. Mindset is so, so important. And why I love this topic. So one of the things is, Joris, like we talk about this a lot. Unfortunately, we have or we live in a world where there is, I would call this an epidemic of victim mentality and blame culture. So if you're listening to this and you tend to feel like a victim, like, oh, nothing goes my way, no matter what I do, like I always lose, and or something along the lines that mm, the world is against you and there is not even a point in doing anything. Like you said, this one even can border depression. So if you have that mindset that you're a victim, you won't achieve anything. Like I'm open and honest. This is not a formula for success. And then we also live in blame culture, where it's like, oh, it's the government's fault, it's my neighbor's fault, it's the boomers who are not retiring fault that I can't find a job. It's whoever's fault that I'm not exercising. And these two, victim mentality and blame culture, are so prevalent, and they are so destructive as mindset and mentalities. You don't achieve anything by playing the victim or by blaming others. Where you start seeing results and where you start seeing things change is the moment you take responsibility for yourself. The moment you say, you know what? It doesn't matter what the economy is like. It doesn't matter that it's raining today. It doesn't matter that, yesterday I was eating burgers and fries and things like this. I am responsible for my life. I'm responsible for setting goals, for achieving these goals, for living the life on my own terms. So this is where again I love what I'm about to share, and it's something that as a certified coach through IPAC, this is one of the tools that I have, one of the tools that we were taught, and I really, really love it. And like you can see, if you're watching this on YouTube, like you can see in the video right now on the screen I'm sharing. With IPAC, like we this framework created by Bruce D. Schneider that talks about these different mindsets we have, and he presents 7 of them. And these first two, the one that talks about the victim, and then the second one that talks about conflict, these are the ones that I'm also talking about, like that victim mentality, that blame culture. And then the next one, the third one, is the one that talks about responsibility. And as I said, the first two, they're very destructive. And long term, like it's okay, from time to time we feel bad. As I mentioned, like the other day, I was feeling off and I was kind of didn't have a lot of energy. And I almost did an exercise, but like that one change helped me step up and exercise. And from time to time, of course, we get angry, like we blame things. But where the problem is when we this is our main mindset that everything we do is from this lens, like we see the world this way, that I'm the victim, or you're at fault for nothing going well for my life. And where you want to be, where you want to elevate yourself, is at least to that level of responsibility. And this is one of the things that I know, like at least a few people, and I think Darren Hardy is one of them, who shares how he had an epiphany when it was like the moment where that he felt free, when he realized that, wait a minute, it doesn't matter who is in power, it doesn't matter what's going on in the world around me. I am responsible for my own success and happiness. And I had the same epiphany when I was reading the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. If you haven't read the book, highly recommend it. I had that epiphany. The first habit for me is this, having this kind of lens, that mindset, that responsibility. And he talks about responsibility and how, if you think about the word, it's response ability, able to respond, that no matter what happens in our lives, we are able to respond. Unlike most of the other creatures on the planet who react automatically, it's ingrained in them how to react. Yes, sometimes we react, but we have this other ability to respond. After the reaction, we can choose the response. And you might have heard this, where I remember my parents, my grandparents telling us, pause for 20 seconds or 10 seconds or whatever it is, take a few deep breaths before you react, like before you respond ultimately. So when it comes to achieving goals, when it comes to setting your goals, think about it. Like if you set a goal from that victim mentality, what kind of goal will you set? Or from anger, like what kind of goal will you set? So from the goal setting to the moment you need to do the work, like put your shoes and go for a run, or dial the number and call someone you don't know, whatever it is you need to do. Like your mindset, how you see the world matters a lot. And like in future conversations, we'll talk about the other mindsets because that responsibility, like taking responsibility, is not the most powerful one, if I can put it this way. It's still very limited because it's a lot of the focus on, I don't care about you. Like I'm responsible for myself. If you're doing okay, fine. You're not my responsibility. Like you can see again, if you're watching on YouTube, you can see that there are four more like for higher levels in a way, for other ways to see the world. And these other ways to see the world actually, like the fourth one is all about compassion and concern and caring about others, helping others. The fifth one is all about, like here it says reconciliation. In a nutshell, it's all about creating those win-win situations and solutions and seeing opportunities. And this is one of the things, Joris, I think you touched upon this a little bit, that with the right mindset, so when you set the goal, of course things change, right? You set your goal, you have your steps, you have a plan of how to do things, what to do when, and then as you move forward, the world, the universe brings you things that you didn't expect. And with the right mindset, you can start seeing these opportunities and taking advantage of them and maybe adjusting your course. And oh, this is maybe a shortcut that appears that you didn't think was there. And then, of course, after that, like you can see the sixth and seventh perspectives, like they are all about joy and passion and really being in the moment, being in flow, seeing the beauty in the world and everything we have. So, again, we'll talk more about some of the other ones in future conversations because mindset is so, so key at every step of the process. And it's one of the things that determines your success because like if you set a goal and you don't believe, even if you okay, you set the goal, you go through the motions, but you don't believe in it, you still see the world through that conflict lens, that you need to fight for things, that someone is always at fault and you're not, it's not your fault, like you're not responsible. Like you want to achieve your goals, like you really need to tap into these different higher mindsets to be able to set the goal, do the work, and ultimately achieve it. And I know I've talked a lot, and I do want to hear your thoughts, Joris, because I think there are quite a few things you can add to the conversation.
A very interesting topic. I love it and how passionate you are about it. I know this is one of your driving forces that you do. You live on these energy levels. You touched upon a few things, it being wingtip mentality and having the energy level to level and being combative or being blaming others. Doing that is easy. Easy is what our brains want. It's easy to blame others. It's easy to not take responsibility. It's easy to feel sorry for ourselves. That's what our brains want. What you're saying is people to shatter that glass dome they have put around themselves mentally and take responsibility. That's hard. It's hard work standing in front of a room and say, stop blaming each other, stop pointing fingers. I take all the responsibility. Let's move on to the solution. Those are hard. Those are hard, and people are afraid. It puts you in a vulnerable position. As far as what you're saying, talk about like don't be blaming others, but for you to understand that you're doing that, you have, which is another topic that for another 2 hour session that we can talk about. Again, self-awareness. We don't want to admit we're wrong. We've lived whatever age you are, 20, 30, 60, whatever age you are, you don't want to admit that you've been doing this wrong for the past, whatever your entire existence. And lastly, change is hard. We don't want, our brain doesn't want to change. Our brain wants to stay in the path. What I've done, I'm okay with what life I have. Yeah, I could do better, but I'm okay. Well, being okay is not the way to live. If you want more, if you want advancement, you need to change your mindset. You're right. Like, open your eyes. I'm wrong. Take responsibility. I'm at fault. I haven't done it so far because of me, because I didn't bypass whatever. Somebody told me something that it hurt my feelings. Well, cry for 3 minutes and then move on. Don't dwell for 25 years on something, someone who told you something. So again, like what you're saying is makes sense, but it's extremely hard to implement. Extremely hard to implement. Even today, in the some of the smartest people I talk to, like academically smart or technologically smartest people I talk to, 100%, they are 100%. Everything is everybody else's fault. I'm perfect. I am doing everything right, and everybody else is wrong. I'm right. And these are the ones that are left behind. These are the ones that stay as a single contributor for the rest of their existence. And the other thing is that, again, we don't want to get into politics, especially Western society is actually condoning victim mentality. Be a victim. Let the government take care of you. The government will look after you. It's not your fault because that you don't have money. It's Elon Musk's fault because he stole your money. It's not like he went and made the money. It's like it's that kind of mentality is actually condoned in today's society because they want taxpayers. They don't want everybody to be an entrepreneur and successful and have their own say in society economically and politically. They want taxpayers and they cash in on this laziness of everything is everybody else's fault. I'm going to sit on the couch, watch TV all day, and say Elon Musk shouldn't be a trillionaire, should distribute that amongst 300 million Americans. Unfortunately, that's where we are. And those who see this, those who are not afraid of admitting that they are wrong, they have been doing something wrong, and go find the right way, are the ones that succeed, are the ones that make it.
You pointed something, 100% agree with what you were saying, and that's why I said that this is an epidemic of victim mentality and blame culture, and it boils my blood. It really boils my blood, and that's why I'm really so passionate about these things. And one of the things is that I truly believe, again, I truly believe that we are all capable. We are all here for a purpose. Each one of us has a gift, and playing it small is not how we are supposed to live life. I'm not saying that everyone is supposed to be Elon Musk. Of course not. But we all have our own gifts. We all have our own thing to contribute to the world. And by playing the victim, by blaming others, we're like we are hurting ourselves, we are hurting the world, everything and everyone. And like you said, it's hard. Of course it's hard. That's why I'm like, when you, as you're listening to this conversation, be honest with yourself, think about it. And what's interesting, by the way, is that we can like we all have a dominant mindset how we do most things, but then in some situations we might actually get into that victim mentality, and in other situations we might be in that win-win, seeing opportunities. Like, it's possible that in different situations we react and respond differently. And, be honest with yourself, look at your life. And this is the thing. I'm not saying this, and we're not saying this to judge anyone, or like I know we use like responsibility, my fault or your fault, things like this. It's not fault or anything like this. It's more about, uh, like you said, Joris, opening your eyes and realizing that you can do more, you can be more, and the only thing that is stopping you is you. It's how you see the world, how you show up every day. And of course, it's hard. Of course, it's hard because we live in a world that, like you said, promotes victimhood, promotes blaming and conflict. So I would say, as we are approaching the end of the conversation, or I don't know how we're doing with time. Actually, I'm not really sure. But what I would say, because you did say how hard this is, things that help me. So one of the things when I was living back in Bulgaria, I love the English language, and one of the ways for me to listen more to English was watching the news. And I was watching CNN, BBC, Euronews, all these channels, and there is a lot of thrill when you are in the moment when you something happens and then they're there breaking news. This thing happened, that thing happened. There's something thrilling about it. And like you said, our brains, they're wired to look for danger. They're wired to look for these things. So one of the things, and I would put it as number one, stop watching news. And I would add nowadays, it's also curate your social media. If you're spending time on social media, curate your social media feed because it's full of victim mentality and blame culture. So stop watching the news. If you need to know about something because of your work, your life, whatever it is, maybe subscribe to a few things that talk specifically about this so you stay on top of the things. But in general, stop watching news. Most of the thing is irrelevant, and it's also putting you down instead of elevating you. And I think you want to say something.
No, I was just gonna give you the time. We are about 30 minutes, so we're still doing well with time. You said you didn't know what we're doing with time, but yeah, I mean, you covered it pretty well. Um, get off the couch. I heard something yesterday. Um, uh, someone who said this, I forgot. You don't get lucky, you make luck. You make lucky. I've always said this. I compare luck to car accidents. If you drive once a year, the chance of you having an accident, car accident, is one in mid 10, 100 million. You drive once a month, your chances are higher. You drive, commute 5 days a week, 2 hours a day, each direction, your chances of having car accident is very high. It's the highest. Sit on your couch and say, I will get lucky. You'll maybe it may happen. Some people win the lottery, but chances are in one in hundreds of millions. Get off the couch and go put yourself out there, and things will happen. Like you said, surprise things will happen. You're like, wow, well, how the hell did this come by? I was about to leave, and then all of a sudden, oh, okay, it blows your mind. Uh, you don't get lucky, you make lucky.
Yeah, I think Robin Sharma mentioned this, and absolutely,
Mm.
absolutely, this is the thing. Yeah, don't stay on your couch. Don't, and again, it's hard. So that's why I would say, with your mindset, it's really important what you feed your mind. Like with the mindset, what do you feed your mind? So, as I said, remove the news completely. We are not watching news, we are not following news. A lot of times we are surprised when something happens. Now we do spend time on social media, and sometimes part of it is, of course, with running a business. And sometimes, like anyone, I get sucked into this and spend time looking, scrolling, and liking and stuff like this. But one thing I started doing is really curating. So I see content that inspires me, makes me think about things, and doesn't suck me into all the BS that's out there. And then I would say, so as you remove this, what do you add? Okay, we removed the, let's call it, that negative influence. So what do you add? And I just started doing, I mentioned the Miracle Morning and however on. So I just started doing the morning routine again, like 6 things in the morning, with meditation, stretching, all these kind of things. But for what we're talking about with mindset, highly, highly, highly recommend. I would say three of these. So one is reading, maybe listening, if you like audiobooks, reading or listening to books that elevate you, that talk about personal development ultimately. And I know at some point this personal development was, like it's all woo and things like this. No, like personal development is really, really important. And again, we'll talk about this in future conversations because you don't achieve your goals, you grow into them. You need to become a millionaire before you earn your $1 million. And because you mentioned the lottery, like examples with lottery winners, the people who didn't have that mindset, who were not millionaires before they won the lottery, they end up being more in debt. A few years later, they end up being more in debt after winning the lottery than before they won the lottery. So that elevation, that personal development. So read the books, personal development books. There's so many out there on how to think. Uh, there are books about, like we're listening to Shoe Dog these days. So this is another way to elevate yourself by reading or listening to the biographies of all these successful people out there, whether it's people who are still alive or maybe people from the past. Mm, to see what are they doing, how are they thinking, what way of life do they have, like how did they get to where they got. And it's really interesting when you listen, like from where they start, all the hard work they put, everything they do that is different from what you see mainstream. So reading, listening, like getting replace that negative input with that positive input. And then I did mention three things from the morning. Another one is journaling, and also I would say meditation or silence, these two, because this is where you get to pause for a few minutes and do that reflection, help you with that awareness. What's going on? Like, how am I living my life? It gives you the space to think about, because you're absolutely right that awareness is really important for us to make any change. We need to have that awareness. So this is like the other thing that is helping me as well. Like every day I read books that help me elevate myself. And sometimes these books are even spiritual, because again, everything around us puts us down, including, you said we don't want to go political, but the government telling you that you need them to be successful, to buy a house, to live a happy life. No, no. The only thing you need is yourself and the gift you have. Go get yourself that house. Go achieve the success you're dreaming of. Like you can do this. And this is where, again, these more spiritual books help me remember who I am and how powerful I am. So remove the news, remove the bad influence, add that good influence. The books, maybe podcasts like what we have. I know we show up once a week only, but once a week is better than not at all. And then audiobooks, like if you prefer the listening part. And as I said, personal development, biographies of those successful people, uh, maybe spiritual books even, that help you grow as a person, books that help you develop the skills you need, like all these things like really help you grow, help you get into that different mindset. And of course it's a journey, like change. Yes, there are moments that sometimes that light bulb, as I mentioned, the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey, I mentioned it was a light bulb moment for me. Reading the book, it was like eye opened. So sometimes a book can have this impact where something clicks. Maybe you read 20 books and the 21st one, it might say the same things that the 20 books said, but because of the way it is, because you are already at that certain level, it clicks. and it changes you, and you move to that next level. So of course it's hard. Like they were saying, if Jim Rohn, I think, has this is a quote from him: don't wish life was easier or things were not hard, like wish you were better. So get out there and get better, like, and work on your mindset. Is it hard? It's hard, but this is like we're here with you. We are showing up every single week. These episodes go live on Thursdays. And then if you're not following us, like we're on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, where our planner is the one showing up and posting every day, Monday to Friday. We are here to help you on this journey. And the thing is that we are going through this journey. Like we have ups and downs. We have moments when we feel depressed almost, and we don't feel like doing anything. But then we also have those moments where we have the energy and the mindset to push forward and do things. So I would say these are the main two things. Remove the negative input and add the positive input, and gradually your mindset will change. You start seeing things in a different way. Oh, and the third one, yeah, I remembered there was a third one that I wanted to add. So there is this idea that the people you spend the most time with, that they influence you a lot. If you spend time and that you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And this is the idea that if you spend time with 5 people who are earning 6 figures a year, you'll be the sixth person who earns 6 figures. Like if you spend time with 5 people who are obese, chances are that you'll be the sixth one obese. But if you spend time with 5 people who run, you will become the sixth runner. Believe me, I was not a runner, but now I'm running. So I would say, yeah, these three things: remove the bad input of news and social media, add the positive input of books, podcasts, uh, and then reevaluate who you spend time with. Like spend time with people that elevate you, people who maybe even push you, encourage you, motivate you, empower you, and fewer time with people who put you down and impact you in a negative way.
Very well covered, Anna. Very. I love the topic. We can't talk enough about this, and I can't emphasize the importance of this. It's so important. It starts with you, ends with you. Whether you do it, you don't do it. If you make a mistake, you correct your mistake. Don't correct your mistake. It's all you. It's all in the one in the mirror. Blaming others, absolutely not gonna achieve anything. It will make you happy for short term, but not gonna achieve anything.
Because you said start with the person in the mirror. Michael Jackson has a beautiful, beautiful one of my favorite songs, "The Man in the Mirror." Yeah, start with the man, start with the woman in the mirror. And once you changed her, once you change him, like the whole world changes. So again, like we can talk about this one for hours and hours, and we'll have other conversations on this topic, on the mindset, on how to change your mindset, how to keep your mindset at this higher level, and the importance of who you are becoming. Because ultimately, the life is a journey of becoming. And when you have that mindset, like when you believe that, I'm an athlete, you do your workouts, you go for your runs, you eat the right way, you drink the right way. So, anyway, we'll continue with this conversation. I know we're probably over the 30-minute euro mark, but again, very, very important topic. And next week we will be back. Not sure with what the topic will be, haven't decided yet. But if you're not following us, follow us. We would really appreciate your support, and if you enjoy these conversations and what we are sharing, and share with others as well. Share with the people who need to hear this kind of conversation, because I'm sure we all know people who are with that victim mentality, people who are blaming. So share it with them. They need to hear this conversation. The world needs to hear this conversation. So yeah, this is it from us for today. Thanks for tuning in. And again, follow us if you are not yet, and we'll see you well, we'll be back in a week with another conversation to help you with setting goals, achieving goals, and living life on your own terms.
Thanks, Anna. See you next.
Bye, Jerez.